Hello everybody, welcome back to the channel. I am Lonnie from FlightSim Gaming, and today we are in the 737-900ER. We are flying with United Airlines, as you have seen many content creators doing on YouTube and Twitch. But we are not flying to, any airport in the US. We're not going to Denver, we're not going to KLAX. We are flying to Cancun, Mexico. United does operate these flights out of Newark Liberty to Cancun, I believe 4 or 5 times a day, so it is a frequent flight done by United. I wanted to fly somewhere else. I didn't want to fly to the typical airports. Seattle. I didn't want to do any Alaska Airlines ops. So United, we are flying Newark to Mexico, Cancun. Performance in this aircraft is phenomenal. Top-notch PMDG stuff. Don't mind the glitching there. This is Jersey Designs, Newark Liberty, and the performance is it's not that great. He's done some updates. When I pan around, I seem to lose a half my FPS, but right now, sitting here at this gate, I'm getting about 64 FPS. And then it does get better once we start departing away from the airport. But without further ado, let's jump in the cockpit. We are at stand Charlie 105. This is a real-world flight. This flight departed from this actual gate, so try to keep it as real ops as we can. We have the beautiful Manhattan skyline in the background. For anybody wondering why those buildings look so great, that is done by Sam Scene. I picked that up. They were on sale during the Boxing Day holiday week. Anyway, jump in the cockpit. Let's get things rolling here. Go up to the overhead panel. Battery switch will come on. Ground power will turn on. Set our nav lights. I want to come down to here, and we are going to get rid of stairs. We don't want stairs. And we are going to come to GSX. We are going to reload SimBrief. SimBrief OK. Close this, and we're going to request boarding.
Boarding requested.
Let's come over to SimBrief here. We'll look at our fuel. We have block fuel of 14,097 kilograms. It's pretty heavy. Actually, not really, considering it's only 67% full. Payload. What do we have for the payload? SimBrief is telling us 61,131. 61.1 will go in there. Yada, yada, yada. FMC page. Yes, we will enter IRS. Okay. Reference airport. Newark Liberty. Gate Charlie 105. Not in database. Oh. I picked a Bravo 105. Let's try this again. Charlie 105.
Do you want to board crew? Pilot's boarding starting.
That's in there. Great. Let's go ahead and we'll get our GPS left side. Set the IRS. That's all great. Route, origin. Newark Liberty, Cancun. We are United Airlines 1052. That looks great there. We'll come over to the departure page. We are departing. Okay, so SimBrief did not give us a departure, but we are going to go and do the Newark 4 departure for a runway 22 right.
Crew boarding starting.
We'll activate that in there. Over the route page, and we will plug in the rest of our flight plan. So we're going to go direct Elvay. From Elvay, we're going to go direct Colts Neck, then direct White. It's the first one. And from White, we are going to Sierra Bravo Yankee. From Sierra Bravo Yankee, we're going to go direct Kemper. From Kemper, we are going...
Your crew has boarded. Passengers boarding started.
Gilly. And then Zills. From Zills, we are going Baja. Baja, we are going BKZ. Victor Kilo Zulu. Victor Kilo Zulu, direct to Tunsil. From Tunsil, we are going Kanoa. And then from Kanoa, it's the arrival into Cancun. And we are going to add in now. We are expecting the NOSA 1 Delta. And we're going to choose, we are expecting runway 30 left. So we'll do the RNAV 30 left in there with no trans. Come over here and let's just double check everything. Plug that in there and then plug that in there. That should be great. Okay, so our departure looks something. Oh, got some feet coming in through the top of the aircraft here. That's pretty jokes. So we will come back over to our Navigraph here. Newark 4 departure 22 left, 22 right. Okay, so we are taking off runway heading at 500 feet. We're going to make a left turn heading 190. And then it's another quick right turn 220. It's a pretty standard departure, and we'll vector ourselves out to Elve onto the rest of our waypoints. What do we have here? Top altitude, runway takeoff, 22 left. Climb heading 219 to 500, then climb left turn heading 190. Then climb right turn heading to 220, maintain 2500. We're not going to maintain 2500. We are going to climb all the way up there. Flight level 360, I believe, is what SimBrief gave us. But what we'll do is we'll come back in here and we'll plug in the rest of our stuff. 0 fuel weight 61.1, fuel reserves of 1, cost index for today is 74. Cruising alt, flight level 360. Average cruise wind 245 at 059. Transition alt is 18,000 here in the US. It goes to 18.5 in Mexico. Flaps 5 departure. Set our trim to a perfect 5.0. And somewhere there should be good. And we'll put our V speeds in. 149, 151, 160. Let's come over here. We'll turn on some flight directors here. Set this to 160. Auto throttle will come on. I'm going to plug in flight level 360. There we go. Altimeter today is 3017. That's perfect. Perfect. TCAS. We'll turn the TCAS on now. And we are letting everybody board up. Come up to the top here. Overhead panel. We'll turn everything else on. Yaw dampener on. We'll turn on our fuel pumps. Center fuel pumps will come on. Emergency lights will come on. Seatbelts. No smoking signs on. Window heat both left and right. We'll turn on our hydraulic pumps. We'll set our cruising alt here in the pressurization panel. And landing alt, I believe, is like 52 feet. Anti-collision light comes on. And we'll spool up that APU. That's pretty cool, eh? In the 737-900, passengers walk onto the aircraft from the cockpit window. Very nice, very nice. Anyway, let's listen. Very nice. APU gen will come on momentarily. Blue light. Turn it on. APU bleed comes on. Clear that. Come down here with our menu page, and we will release the ground power, release the wheel chocks, and we wait for the passengers to board. That's about it. Cost of this aircraft, I believe, is $49 USD. You can't go wrong with that price. You know, when the 737-700 came out, I believe it was $69 USD. Same with the 800. You know, I mean, I guess those were the only, you know, the 737-700 launching was the only good 737 in this simulator, so I can understand the price for that. I'm glad that they lowered the price for the 900. It's not as popular as the 700 and 800 variants. More airliners fly those ones, but the price range is still pretty good considering this is a high fidelity aircraft. And then PMDG, they did state in an interview that the 777 will be starting the beta testing very soon, so that's pretty exciting. Hopefully we can get that by the summertime. I can't suspect we're going to get it before then. But anyway, continue pushback. I'm not sure why that says continue there. But yeah, I can't wait for that 777 to come out. Hopefully, you know, I keep talking about the Aerosoft A330. I don't know when that's coming out, but those long haul flights are starting to come. Come over here. So, I'm noticing with this aircraft, once the tug connects to raise the nose gear, I find that the nose of the aircraft goes into the ground. I'm not sure if anybody else is experiencing that. It may not happen. We'll see, but I'm not sure if that's a PMDG thing or if that's GSX or if I have to set something up. I'm not sure. The weather is beautiful here in Newark, New Jersey today. Clear skies. Not sure if this weather is accurate with live weather, but the last week or so I was not having live weather. But it looks like we got some cloud layer, which is great. Hopefully it can stay like this. I'm not sure what the weather is in Cancun today. Nose right, tail left. Hopefully we get some weather. Jump inside the cockpit here. See how the nose of the aircraft is dipping down? I don't know why. Okay, we're going to go right engine ground, and we are looking for a 20% N2 before we introduce the fuel. And one should be starting to rise, same with temperatures. And the start valve is open, and we're waiting for the oil pressure light to clear, and the start valve will clear as well. Go ahead and we will put engine number 1 to the ground switch. We're expecting 20% to N2. Start valve should close in a minute here. Come back up top. We will put Gen 1, Gen 2, probe heat to auto, packs, auto, close, and we will go ahead and turn APU off. Engine start switches to continuous. Taxi light will go on. Overhead panel looks okay. Come back down here and we'll go ahead and set flaps 5. Watch it here. And we're going to set our auto brake to RTO. Rejected takeoff. That should be good. Flaps 5 is set. LNAV and VNAV is set. That's great. We will come over to Navigraph. Let's have a look at our taxi routing. Okay. So it looks like we're going to go Romeo Juliet. We're going to taxi out, hang a right onto Bravo. We'll look for Kilo, hang a left on Kilo, and then we're going to hang a left on Romeo to, I guess we can go to Whiskey. Shouldn't be an issue. Hang right on to Whiskey, and then we will jump onto 22 right. Let me just double check I have 22 right set in here. Sometimes I do make mistakes. 22 right is set. Perfect. Okay, call sign. No warning lights. And out we'll go. And let me get rid of Navigraph on that screen there for you guys. There we go. Just want to say a big thank you to everybody who watches my content. I do enjoy putting up this content for everybody. Try to fly in a couple different aircraft. Last video I did was in the CRJ550. I'll be getting into the 900 a little bit more on my channel. I don't know, if you guys like to see the CRJ550. If you do, always drop a comment down below in my videos if you would like to see a specific flight in a specific aircraft. I don't mind doing that. There could be some flights out there that I may never actually do because I just don't know that they exist. So don't be afraid to drop a comment down in there. If you want to see a specific flight done somewhere else in the world. We are in North America for the next little bit. From here, I think I'm going to go to New Zealand, and I want to do some flights down there from Auckland to Queenstown. That'll be pretty fun. That will be pretty fun. We do have a world update coming. It is New Zealand, as a matter of fact. I'm not sure if Asobo had released the airports that they are doing in New Zealand. I hope it's not any of the KEWR airports that I have. Anyway, let's taxi out here. We are looking for Bravo. This is Bravo here. And we're going to hang a right. I gotta say, since Derzicki Design did the update for this airport, it has been much smoother. We have the option in the installer to turn off static aircraft and any type of ambience inside the actual airport. I don't care for interior modeling, to be honest with you. That just affects performance. But before I was getting about 29 FPS even while taxiing at this airport, and now you guys can't see this, but I'm getting 47 FPS here. I do notice a couple stutters here and there when I move around a little bit quick, but all in all, it's very manageable. Very manageable. This should be Kilo here. We're gonna make a left onto Kilo. We're going to cross Sierra. And we're going to look for Romeo. Should be Romeo here. Hang a left and we'll find Whiskey. So this should be Lima. And we have Mike. Yankee, and I believe the last one is Whiskey. Yes, it is. Go ahead and turn the rest of our lights on. That all is good. And we'll line up. It's almost a perfect turn. My goodness. Perfect. Okay. Throttles to 40. Release brakes and toga. Knots check.
V1, rotate.
Positive rate. Gear going up. And we're going to follow the flight director here. I have like no wind right now. That's pretty crazy. Go ahead and we'll start our left turn. And then we're going to start our right turn. And flaps up. There was absolutely no wind there. I'm not sure why. Not sure if live weather is working currently right now. Continue to follow the flight directors here. And we'll start pitching up. And as you can see, there's Elmvay there. We are going to go direct Cole. Still hand flying. Aircraft feels very nice, I have to say. Feels very nice. We'll watch our speed. Still hand flying. We'll go ahead and we will turn off some lights here. Engine start stop switches will come back to the auto position. Keep hand flying. And we'll go ahead and we will set autopilot on. Autopilot is set. Very nice departure out of here. Very nice. Auto brake, we'll turn that off. We'll go ahead and we will adjust. I love those the buzzsaw sounds coming out of this aircraft. These sounds are absolutely incredible. I'm not sure if that's too loud or not, but anyway. Jump back in the cockpit here. Approaching 10,000 feet. All is looking well. Go ahead and turn the rest of our lights off here. And we're going to go ahead and take it up to flight level 360. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. I got a little bit of wind now. I should have looked at the weather back in Newark. Let me have a look at this. Okay, winds were actually zero at 0 knots. I'm not sure if that's a bug or not. That could be the actual METAR in Newark. Not sure, but that was a beautiful departure. I'll take that. But anyway, I'm going to take this bird up to cruising alt. And then catch everybody back once I hit the arrival into Cancun, Mexico. Should be a fun flight. Thanks for watching, and I hope to see you back. See ya! Hello everybody, welcome back to the video. We are not too far away from Cancun. Let's have a look here at our progress page here. We are about 63 nautical miles from the airport. We are on the NOSA 1 Delta arrival into Cancun. On takeoff back in Newark, we set up our approach for RNAV runway 30 left, but that has changed. We are expecting runway 30 right instead into Cancun, which is fine. We are just approaching 13,000 feet here. I have set a fix for about 10 nautical miles from the runway. That kind of sets me up as to where I need my flaps position once I get to about 10 nautical miles from the actual airport. What I'll do now is we will come over to the charts here and we'll have a look at our arrival. So the weather right now in Cancun, we have the winds at 320 at 13 knots. Clouds are scattered at 2,500 feet. It's 24 degrees, which is beautiful. Altimeter is 3013. Let's go ahead and we will adjust that. Altimeter is already set in the aircraft. We'll come to our charts page here. We are on the NOSAT 1 Delta arrival. And as you can see, we are just approaching this waypoint here. We'll go ahead and make a left turn over here and then on to our arrival. So we are expecting the RNAV 30 right. We need to be at about 3,000 feet as we come to this waypoint here. We'll get down to 2,000 over here. And it's a pretty standard RNAV approach. Basically what I'll do is I'll set our altitude to about 50 degrees above this. I'll put to actually 500 feet. And then the aircraft will sort of glide itself down towards the runway. At about 1,000 feet, I'll go ahead and I'll set our missed approach altitude, which is about 3,000 feet here. So all is well. Transalta is 18.5 in Mexico. It's not, it is North America, but it's not 18,000 feet as it is in Canada and the US. So we have 18.5. I'll show you how to do that. We'll come to the descent page here. You hit forecast and you can put your trans level in here. People wondering how to do that. That's about it. So basically we're just getting ourselves ready now for 10,000 feet. I will go ahead and put our landing lights on. Auto brake I will set to 3 and I'll come down here and I will set the approach here. We are going to do flaps 30 approach. I'll plug that in there. Set the 5 knot wind correction speed in there, saying more drag is required. Yes it is, because we need to get to about 220 knots once we hit this waypoint. I don't believe there's a speed restriction on that. I do apologize. Let me get rid of the window capture there. Let me just have a look at my arrival here. Do we have we do have a speed restriction at 220, which is coming up. Go ahead and we'll continue with the speed brake and we'll slow the aircraft right down. Should be expecting 220 momentarily. I am going down to 3,000 feet, and then I'll set that to 2,000 as we approach the runway. That's good there. Have a look outside. Not sure what's going on sort of over there in Mexico. Hopefully that will fix itself. Let me jump in the cockpit and see if it does. Yeah, it kind of looks weird there. Kind of hoping that is not... Okay, it's slowly starting to clear up. I'm hoping this is not going to be an issue into the airport. We will see. We'll continue our approach here. We are expecting 220 up on the speed here. I'll go ahead and just manually input that. Not a big deal. And we'll keep slowing it down. Set this to 2,000. Aircraft's kind of bouncing around there. That's okay. Track the speed brake there. Actually going to go ahead and we'll arm it. We'll arm it now. This way I do not forget. Starting our left turn. We are about 10 nautical miles from Pure. We need to be at 200 on the speed. Get that going. Just gonna set our heading here. 306 on the heading. Set this 306. We're here and set this. Go ahead and we're going to introduce flaps 1. Already set in our display here. Our minimum is 460 for this runway. Altimeter 3013. Speed still coming back. Don't forget, if you guys are enjoying the content, please like the video, subscribe, comment. I would greatly appreciate that. Thank you very much. As we continue to provide FlightSim content, it would be very kind if people would like and subscribe to the video. Well, 190 on the speed. I'll go ahead, introduce flaps 5. Engine start switches to the continuous position. We are holding at 3,000. Perfect. Have a look outside here. Coming up on the shore of Cancun, I believe it's over here. Looking slightly hazy, which is okay. It's the first time I'm flying into this airport, so I hope that little bit of terrain glitch there doesn't affect performance at the airport. I did load into the airport, it is there, but we'll see. It's FlightSim, you know, we can expect anything at this point, right? We're about 15 miles from the airport. Maintain 190. We did have a speed restriction of 200. So we're good on our speed. I'll go ahead and I'll set our actual altitude to 500. Hopefully the aircraft will use the LNAV capabilities of gliding us down. That would be great. It is clear weather too, so worst case we'll just take the controls, not a big deal. I'll start rolling our speed back to 170. Go ahead, flaps 15. Gear coming out. And we'll go ahead and turn the rest of our lights on here. Auto brake set. Speed brake is armed. We're flaps 15. We are about 8 miles from the airport. That's good.
2,500.
We'll go ahead and we will go flaps 30. Gear down, 3 green, auto brake set, speed brake armed, flaps 30, lights are on. Should be about 5 miles or so from the airport. Let's have a look here. 6.5. Okay, we're close. Speed looks good. We'll continue this approach down. We'll see what happens. Only flown a handful of RNAV approaches. We'll wait for this to be below 1,000. And then we'll go ahead and readjust our altitude for our next approach. Airport's right over here. So far, so good. Very windy. We are expecting gate 36 in Terminal 3. So basically we'll have to, you know, as we land, we'll have to come all the way back to the airport. Terminal 3 is at the end, closest to the runway there, so quite a long taxi. So far, so good.
1,000.
1,000 check. Set this 3,000 feet. Don't see Pappies. think I kind of do. 1,000 feet. Go ahead. My aircraft. Auto throttle. Disarmed. Speeding up. Not sure why. Let's get back on the path here. We are not stable. We are not stable. It's okay, you know what? We're gonna go around.
Approaching minimums.
Flaps 15. Go around. Welcome back, everybody. Part 2 of this approach into Cancun. Runway 30 right. I do apologize. We were not stable enough for that approach, so I did not want to continue. We got way too high. We got way too fast. So anyway, I am editing this part separately into the video. I will have a voiceover shortly as to what I am currently doing. But you know, things do happen even in a video. So you know, continue to watch the approach. It does get spicy. See you soon. We are holding at 200 knots currently. There was a speed restriction at the last waypoint. Go ahead and we'll dial back 190 on the speed. Go ahead and I'll arm speed brakes. Come back in here. Starting our right turn, we'll go ahead, flaps 5. Bring the speed back. Go ahead and I'll set our altitude to 500. About 15 miles from the airport. A little hazy. It's going to make it hard to see pappies. Beautiful day here in Cancun, I must say. As we fly over top of the Gulf of Mexico into Cancun. Looks like airport is over here. Winds are just absolutely kicking our ass right now. Go ahead. Flaps 15. And I'll let the gear down. Plane is now descending to 2,000 feet for our next waypoint. Go ahead and turn the rest of our lights on. Go ahead and we'll select flaps 40. Sorry, flaps 30. Okay, we got gear down, 3 green. Speed brakes are armed. Auto brake is set to 3. Lights are down. Flaps 30 is set. Just waiting for the 1,000-foot mark. We'll go ahead and then we'll set our missed approach altitude of 3,000. And the winds are just absolutely kicking our ass right now. Very hazy here in Cancun. Still can't see Pappies.
1,000.
I think they're here. 1,000 check. This approach is going to be set to 3,000. There's a little bit of an updraft there as we approach the land. Still kicking our ass. Holy smokes, this is going to be spicy. Go ahead, my throttles. And I'll take control of the aircraft. Plane's doing some weird things. Let's get the speed back down. We're still stable. Still stable.
5 approaching minimums.
Check. Very windy. My goodness.
Minimums.
Still high up.
300. 200.
Not my cleanest. But we're still good.
100. 50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Reversers are out. Maintain center line. I mean, that was something else. Oh, what was going on? Knots. Wow. go ahead and we're going to make a left on to Alpha. That was a spicy landing. That plane almost felt uncontrollable. I don't know if that's normally what it feels like coming into Cancun, but holy moly. Clean up some of our stuff here. Turn off our lights. Taxi lights will stay on. Turn these off. We'll go ahead and spool up APU. And what did I say we were going to be? Going to gate 33, gate 36. So we will call up GSX. Master caution light. CPU is on. Quite a long taxi here in Cancun. Terminals are coming up here. Come outside and have a look. First time landing into this airport. Textures look okay on the taxiways. We'll see. Is that a crane? Interesting. See what the building textures look like shortly. For anybody wondering where to purchase the scenery, you will not find it on Sim Market, but you will find it in the AnyBuilds installer app, launcher app, whatever you want to call it. Or you can just Google MMUN Microsoft Flight Sim and it'll come up as Mako Simulations and you'll find it there. We're going to go ahead and we're going to make a right turn over here. Some nice little GA aircraft over here. So I guess GA parking in Cancun. Go ahead and make a right turn here. We're looking for stand 36. This is Terminal 3 for this airport, and stand 36 is coming up. What do we got here? 39, okay. Not sure why the turning is not turning. This is full rudder. Not sure if that's a PMDG bug or not, but parking brake set, APU bleed coming on. Got engine 1, engine 2. And let's request deboarding.
Requested.
There you have it, everybody. Made it down into Cancun. Was a great takeoff down in Newark, but can't say the same about the arrival here in Cancun. Those winds are just absolutely crazy coming onto this runway. I'm not sure if that's just some up drafts as you're approaching land from the water. Never really experienced that before, but I'll take a look and see kind of what happened there. But anyway, if you guys liked the video, please like and subscribe. If you have not, I would greatly appreciate that, and I do thank everybody who does do all that. You know, all the likes, all the views, all the subs. Just it encourages me to just provide more video and content for everybody. But anyway, thanks a lot for joining, and I'll catch you back on the next one. Take care, guys.
Passengers deporting.